Hi everyone. Right, today I'm going to be doing for the Imala video, I'm going to be using Riverboat. If any of you got that. If not, whatever you've got that will be suitable, but I'm going to work on a canvas like this. It's a canvas board. So that it can be placed, you know, on a stand or on the wall. And it's your work of art, whatever it is. Now, when people see these, I mean, I get these from the works, they're quite cheap. You can buy a pack of them. And I did one for Carly for a sample at the last show. And a lot of people loved it. So I thought I'd show you just what I did, how to achieve it. And don't worry about when you do a canvas and you think, oh, I've made a mess of it. That's no good. So let it dry, get some white gesso and paint over until it's all white again. Just start again. So it's as simple as that. Okay, let's get started. So I'm going to first stamp Riverboat on. It's good fun to do, you know. It really is just good fun to do. Here we are. Like that. So that's straight across there where the line is. And I don't want a thickish magnet on. I'll have a thinner one on, but it shouldn't move anyway. The boards tend not to move. They don't. It's not like paper or card. They don't really move. You've just got to press a little bit harder. So, any black ink. And really press down. Like that, as much as you can. Let that ink soak in. You'll need 2 or 3 goes at it. Just get my pressure tool. Wait a minute. You'll find in my videos a tutorial on how to make your own pressure tool, just from the top of a candle jar. I get the candles, and or people give me the lids, because I've made quite a few for others. They are good. So that's not gone on. But can you see? By the third one, we're nearly there. Some canvases are smoother than others. This one has a slight grain to it, can you see? But I do like that, because it gives it texture. So that's done that nicely. Look at that. And then we're going to paint in anyway, so you've got the bones of it, so that's the best bit. Take my stamp off. Okay, we'll have a go at painting now. Just going to move my stamping platform out of the way. The first thing I'm going to do is the sky. So for that, I'm going to use my Distress Oxide, and this one is Distress Oxide Faded Jeans. Put a bit on my glass mat. I'll spray a bit of water on. Excuse me. You can, of course, use acrylics, which is wonderful as well. And with when you're working on a canvas like this, you can water it down as much as you like, because you know, when you're working on card, you have to be careful, or you know, even watercolor paper, you have to be careful how much you use because of the warping. But with a canvas, you don't have to be worried about that at all. So that's the pleasure of it. And as you saw, I sprayed water on. I found it very therapeutic when painting. Really do. So that will be drying. That's a bit of a pale blue sky. Excuse me. And I'm going to use a salty ocean for the water. So it just gives it that different sort of blue to the sky. And of course you can layer and layer with your colours. And then we'll layer a bit darker. For some sort of movement on the water. Because it's never flat, is it? Unless it's a mill pond. But even, you know, wherever you look at water, there are different colours to it. And you can just add water and thin it down if you feel you've got something wrong. So, you know, it's, like I say, it's very forgiving. around the boat. I'm just going to do it dark around the boat. There's a shadow. Bit of a shadow. Like that. And that's the water. That's that done. And I'm going to colour the boat. And I'm going to use my watercolour Chromatech brush pens. This called Sienna. And if you had water to start with, it's lighter. And then it just goes darker as the water goes off. So you can do your shading. Of course, there's a tree. That's the best of these you get with the brushes. You get a really fine end for, you know, for doing your branches. Water that out. So. Like that. This Riverboat stamp is lovely, isn't it? It really is. I'm just going to get a darker brown. Well, this is actually grey. So, just in there. And I'm going to go with my green for the leaves. And this is grass green. And again, I've put it in water because I want it quite light. And I'm just dabbing. Where the leaves are. And so this is the light one, and I will go in with about 3 different colours to give it depth. So the reeds at the back. So this is where the land is. And if I go along with my black liner, I'm just going to extend that to the end, like that. And of course you can add some little bits of just lines up, just to break up the line. like that. You see that? And do your own land over there. And then I'm going to get a darker green. And just dab underneath. If you can see, when you get us these stamps, where it's dark, that's where you know you can do your shading. So it's a really good guide. Underneath the branches and a little bit on top, like that. A little bit of shading on your grass. There we are. And this is bottle green, so it's even darker. So I'm just going to dot in little bits. Add a little bit of water if you need to. Can you see how it's making the tree more stand out? There we are. And I'm going to get a little bit of yellow, a bit of a golden yellow, just to add that bit of a yellowy look to the leaves that you get. And see how all those different colours have really brought this tree out. Because your tree and your boat really are your focal points, aren't they? Just going to do a bit of shading on the tree now. This is a dark brown. But again, you don't want it flat, so just create that little bit of a little bit of a shade. There we are. That was easy, wasn't it? I've got a grey as well. That's olive. That's an olive colour as well. Found my grey. Just going to water my grey. I'm just going to go around the edges just a little bit to make that bit of a drop shadow. Blend it in like that. And that's just made the tree pop a little bit, hasn't it? Like that. A little bit of shadow on the water from the boat. Like that. Okay. Of course, you could add a nice sentiment on here. You can stamp that on. This is a white palette of gouache paint I have. Just going to add a little bit of cloud in the sky now. Doesn't have to be too bright. You look at the clouds, you know, they're like they're more of a grey look to them, aren't they, sometimes? But this just sort of fills your background. Like that. A little bit on the water. A little bit of white on the water. The one I did for the sample had the lovely flamingo on from the Imala Let's Flamingo. Brilliant. I really love doing that. But obviously if you've got this stamp, you know, get yourself a canvas and have some fun with it. Need a thinner brush. Just to put some highlights on the tree. Or you can use your gel markers. But I find when I'm painting, you know, you can water it down if you If you're not happy with something, you can water it down. There we are. And of course the clouds, now they're drying, I just want to put it a little bit extra white on the top, like that. And then I'm going to get a little bit of my faded jeans, just a little bit, not a lot. Water it down, and I'm just going to go underneath, just a shadow under the clouds. Like that. Okay. That'll make a difference, doesn't it? Just under your cloud. There we have it. Now, what I do have, let me just wipe this away now. What I do have is the Funky Fossil Starlight Stellar Paste. And I'm just going to use my brush and just add a little bit on the water, you know, for it glittering on the water. Don't know if you can see that. I'll put it up a little bit closer. But that just adds a little bit of shine to the water. Like that. So that the water's glistening. And that's it. You can add more stamps if you wish. If you've got tree stamps, you know, add more trees. Even do part of this and carry it on. You know, the options are endless, aren't they, when you're doing your painting? But yeah, you know, just have some fun. You gotta get yourself some of these canvases and have some fun. And they make lovely gifts as well. You know, it's your personal art. Don't forget to sign your art. It's your art. If you've enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up. It does help, and feel free to share. Thanks very much for watching. Bye-bye.